Please press bell icon to subscribe to my channel Seema Gautam for more videos. Hello everyone, I am back with my another video on history grade 10th ICSE. Topic is forward block and the INA. In this we are going to learn about Subhas Chandra Bose, forward block, INA, its objective and contribution of Subhas Chandra Bose in freedom. So we'll start with his birth, where he died, his nationality, he is known for, title, political party which he joined, his religion, and about the child. So Subhas Chandra Bose, born on the 23rd January 1897 at Cuttack in Orissa. After completing his studies in India, he went to England and passed the Indian Civil Services examination, but he resigned from the civil service because he did not want to work under British Crown. He died on August 18, 1945, Taipei, which is Taiwan. Indian revolutionary, prominent in the Indian movement against the British rule of India. He also led the Indian National Force from abroad against the Western powers during the World War II. He was a contemporary of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, at times an ally and at other times an advisory. Bose was known for, in particular, for his militant approach to independence and for his push for socialist policies and all. When we are talking about his religion, he was Hindu. He was having one daughter whose name is Anita. Now we'll move further and discuss about Bose and the Congress. Bose was a man of action. He did not agree with the decision of Gandhiji when he suspended the non-cooperation movement in 1922. Bose advocated complete independence and was opposed to Motilal Nehru's concept of dominion status. He participated in civil disobedience movement of 1930. By 1930s, Bose emerged as the most dynamic and the radical leader of the Congress. He was elected the president of the Congress in the Haripura session of the Congress in 1938. Here we'll discuss drift between Gandhi and Bose. Subhas Chandra Bose favored the policy of large-scale industrialization. On the other hand, Gandhiji favored the idea of small-scale industries. Bose favored using text while dealing with his opponents. He could not appreciate the openness with which Gandhiji spoke, putting forward his demands at the time of second session of the Round Table Conference in London. Congress party had two wings now, right wing and left wing. Bose led left wing, which demanded the Congress should help people of princely states in their struggle for freedom. Gandhiji opposed it. As Britain started facing difficulties in Europe because of the German threat, Gandhiji wanted to adopt a compromising attitude towards the British, and he was opposed to any national struggle during the war. Bose wanted to take advantages of the difficulty faced by the British. This widened the gap between the Congress, Gandhiji and Subhas Chandra Bose. So at the Tripuri session, which is in Madhya Pradesh, of the Congress in 1939, Gandhiji tried to dissuade Subhas Chandra Bose from standing for re-election as president of the Congress for a second term. Bose, however, decided to contest, and Gandhiji's choice fell upon Pitabi Sitaramaya for the presidential candidate. He put his full weight in his nominee favor during the contest. Bose won by a majority of votes. Gandhiji declared that the defeat of Bose's rival was his own defeat. As a consequence, 13 members of Congress Working Committee resigned. The Gandhi wing began to oppose Bose to make it impossible for him to function. Bose resigned from the presidentship of the Congress on April 29, 1939. Bose felt the urgent need to an organized left-wing party in the Congress. After resigning from the presidentship of the Congress in 1939, he led the foundation of a new party within the Congress to bring the entire left wing under one banner. This party, known as Forward Bloc, it formed on May 3, 1939. Now we will discuss the aims and objectives of the forward bloc. Bose formed the forward bloc and announced that the party would work within the Congress. However, the Congress Working Committee passed a resolution by which he was disqualified to be a member of any Congress committee for 3 years. The immediate objectives of the forward bloc was to liberate India with the help and the support of the workers, peasants, youth and all other radical organizations. It was laid down that after attaining independence, the party would work for establishing a socialist society in the country by adopting the following measures: abolishing the Jamindari system, making the right to work the fundamental rights of citizens, providing several medical and economic benefits to workers, introducing a new monetary and credit system. After the objectives of forward bloc, we will learn how the Subhas Chandra Bose got arrested, because British were not so happy with his actions and all. Bose was arrested by the government because of his radical ideas and for propagating anti-government feelings among the masses. While being a prison, he went on a hunger strike. On the 7th day of his fast, the government released him and put him under house arrest at Kolkata. In January 1941, he managed to escape the house arrest by dressing in disguise. He crossed the Indian border and reached Russia via Afghanistan. He then flew from Moscow to Berlin in March 1941. There he met Adolf Hitler and expressed his desire to free India from the British rule. From Berlin, he ran propaganda against the British rule in India. A Free India Center was set up in Berlin in November 1941. He also became the editor-in-chief of the English monthly Azad Hind. Bose also founded a Free India Center in Rome. In brief, we will discuss events in Southeast Asia. During the Second World War, the Japanese troops had occupied the British colonies of Singapore, Malaya and Myanmar. As a result, a large number of Indians fell into their hands as prisoners of war. These soldiers wanted to free India from the British rule. Thus, the Indian Independence League was formed under the guidance of Rasbihari Bose. The main aim of League was to mobilize the Indian soldiers and community for securing independence. And here we'll learn about INA, Indian National Army. Many events led to the formation of Indian National Army, which we are going to discuss. The idea of the Indian National Army was conceived in Malaya by Mohan Singh, an Indian officer in the British Indian Army. He decided not to join the retreating British Army and instead went to the Japanese for help. Indian prisoners of war were handed over by the Japanese to Mohan Singh, who inducted from them into the INA. The fall of Singapore was crucial, for this brought 40,000 of Indian Paws into Mohan Singh's spheres of influence. It was made clear at meetings of leaders of the Indian community and of Indian Army officers that the INA would go into action only on the invitation of the Indian National Congress and the people of India. We'll discuss now the main objectives of the INA. To organize an armed revolution and fight the British Army with the modern arms. Second, since it was not possible for the Indians to organize an armed revolution from their homeland, this task must be assigned to the Indians living abroad, particularly on Indians living in East Asia. Third, to organize the provincial government of the Free India in order to mobilize all the forces effectively. Next, total mobilization of Indian manpower and money for total war. Last, the motto of the INA was unity, faith and sacrifice. Here I'll conclude my chapter with the achievements of the INA and Netaji. The INA made preparations to launch its fight for the liberation of India and went into action in February 1944. INA captured Murdoch in outposts situated southeast of Chittagong and advanced up to frontier of India. They captured the strong military post of Klang Klang. The INA gave to tough fight to the British forces in the Assam hills, and they succeeded in capturing Ukral and Kohima. They raised in tricolor flag for the first time on the liberated Indian soil on March 1944. Jai Hind.